Good morning. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Bevin, and I have gone from this to this, and I have an expertise in losing fat loss, or for busy students, like with busy schedules, stuff like that. And text me on Instagram if you have learned anything from this video. And so, today is day one of my mini cut. Mini cut is basically like a short period of time where you cut, where you eat in a calorie deficit. So, I'm going to be do that. So the step one, which is my calories, like how many calories am I going to be eating per day. So per day I'm going to be eating 1800 calories for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If I'm not satisfied with the results, I'm going to move to an extra week, basically a month. So I'm going to be not only looking at the weighing scale, I'm going to be looking at the mirror as well, because we don't want to weigh good. Like, we are not like UFC fighters, or we don't have a weight class to be in. So I'm going to be looking at the mirror, basically. I'm going to look at how I look at, like, I am training a certain way to look a certain way. So of course the mirror is the most susceptible feedback system. So I'm going to be doing that 1800 calories for 2 to 3 weeks, up to a month. And the how I'm going to be doing the 1800 calories, if you really think about it, like 1800 calories, it's like so little calories. It's basically like starvation. A calorie deficit is basically starvation. So what I'm going to be doing to make the calorie deficit easier are two things. First is intermittent fasting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be waking up at 6:30 a.m. and my first meal is by 11:30 a.m. So the thing is that when I fast for the first 5 hours, and in those first 5 hours I'm going to be working, like I'm going to be recording videos, making carousels, replying to people, texting people, etc, etc, etc. I'm going to be very occupied for the first 5 hours of my fasting period. And then after those first 5 hours, I'm going to be breaking my fast with a big meal, like a home cooked meal. I'm also going to show that it's possible to get lean even in an Indian household. Okay, it you can get lean anywhere, right? You can do this anywhere. So I'm going to be showing that as well. I'm going to be showing like what meals I'm going to be eating. And yeah, I fast for the first 5 hours of the day so that I will eat big, and by lunch I won't be that hungry, because even if my family makes something, I can eat little bit, and because I ate before and I'm already kind of half full, I can only like eat like a little bit. I cannot eat that much. See, like strategically I'm in a calorie deficit. Okay, and then couple of hours later I will take a nap. Then by 5 p.m. I'm gonna go hit my steps, go socialize, go speak to my friends, go see my friends. I'm back here in UAE right now, so I have a lot of friends to meet and a lot of girls to meet as well. So I'm gonna meet them, socialize, get my steps in. Like, even with socializing, I'm gonna get my steps in. I'm gonna aim at around 15,000 steps to 20,000 steps. 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 steps. It's so easy to hit, trust me, it's so easy. I'm gonna be documenting that as well. So intermittent fasting and getting in steps, these are the two cheat codes. Intermittent fasting for the first 5 hours of the day, and the second is getting in 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 steps, etc., in per day. So intermittent fasting and walking. Then the third, which is my training. What kind of training style am I going to be doing? So I'm going to be using this kettlebell to train, like 4 kgs, that's it. And my body weight, like body weight calisthenics. I'm going to be doing pull-ups, push-ups, pike push-ups, decline push-ups, like all the calisthenics moves which I can do, which targets the aesthetic muscle groups, which are the shoulders and the back and abs. And of course I'm going to be training legs as well. My leg training is specifically focused on the glutes, because it gives you that particular strong man look. So yeah, that's a system which I'm going to be following through. And in the documentation of my journey, I'm going to be showing you my morning routine, and like every itsy bitsy thing in between, I'm going to be making content on that. And in the final end of the, like, the 2 week, we are going to be doing like comparison, like with the first picture that I showed. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, and never forget, become simply the all-rounder. Goodbye. Mwah.